review time again, and we're back with the Pursuit Ignis, and this is what I'm quite looking forward to. Now you may notice, if you're a regular on the channel, you may notice I'm having to review this car slightly differently because this is an emergency vehicle, which means you can't call it into the races, which is really annoying, because it means I can't use the track I put together to give a nice consistent time. However, it does mean I get the joy of doing the laps the way I used to do them, as in a public session. So what can possibly go wrong? So there are things I like about this, and well, there's actually one thing I really like about it. We'll come back to that. And there are some things I don't like about it, and the main thing is the livery options, because this is a hypercar liveried up for the police. And I know I've said this in the other, in the D10 video, but it really is the Middle East that have been leading the way in sticking hypercars into their police departments for a bit of show. So why do we not have the Dubai livery yet? And before anyone says because we're not in Dubai, we're in America, a bit of news for you, all of this is made up. So anyway, back to the public session, because what can possibly go wrong apart from that? Right, and if that was you, I do apologise, because there was a player in that car. I do apologise, but I've got a lap to do. So what this now means, because obviously now with all that carnage, I've now crashed into a police car as well. This now becomes less a lap about time and more an exercise in how quickly can I do a lap whilst I've got a wanted level. Because as I already know from the escaping from Bolingbroke video that I did, once you get on the freeway with a wanted level, you ain't going to outrun it, because as soon as you get close, the cops spawn in front of you. So back to the customization, and do you know what, it's alright, it's about the same as the other police cars. You can put some police liveries on there, you can put some police equipment on there. I really thought, especially with that black stripe down the middle, I thought I was going to be able to change that to green. I thought I was going to be able to make a really good job of getting a Dubai liveried police car. So I'm not going to lie, slightly disappointed in that, because I think that would look absolutely super cool. I know Italy do it as well, so maybe I'll have a look, see if I can make a decent version of one of the Italian hypercars. But I know that it's a bit of a first world problem, really, complaining that they don't quite have the livery that I want. So I thought I might as well go wild with the colours and put some of the pearlescent ones on, or the chameleon ones on, should I say, because they're on offer at the moment. And then we'll get back to this lap. And then we get to one of the bits that I really, really do like about this, because as cynical as we all can be about Rockstar, they could have done something really bad with this, and they chose not to. So obviously this is the third Ignis we've got in the game. We have the standard Ignis, then we have the weaponised Ignis, which has HSW. Or should I say HSW. Now, they could have added HSW to this as well. However, because this is an emergency vehicle, you can only modify these in own property. So you can't take this to LS Customs, you can't take it to Los Santos Car Meet. So you can't put HSW on it there, and you can't. And the only other place in the game where you can add HSW is in your mansions or in your Vinewood garage, but you need GTA Plus for both of those. Now, Rockstar could have been really naughty and made this the first HSW cop car, but in order to do so, you would have had to have had GTA Plus. So I'm actually going to give them some credit. So they're going to go up one notch on my cool scale. So they're now at level 1. But, you know, it's a start. It's a start. They could have done something bad, but they chose not to. So, do you know what, Rockstar? Have a biscuit, sit down, have a short holiday. Did you enjoy it? Great, let's get back to work. So back with this lap, and it's every bit as good as you think it would be. It is arguably the most fun of the police cars, because it's faster than the D10. It handles better than the D10. I think I'm not going to say it looks better because it looks different. It's based on the Lamborghini Sian. So it looks very different. It depends what kind of thing you like. They're both really good looking cars. I'm not going to say I dislike the detail. I think it's great. And I loved having that as a cop car. But then we get to some of the other things that are not likeable about said car. And it has to be the price. So this costs either 5.8 or 4.3 million, depending on whether you've unlocked the trade price. Now, when I went to buy this, I had already unlocked the trade price, and I've absolutely no idea what I did. But it will tell you in Rockstar Cash and Carry what you need to do to unlock the trade price for this. But either way, with or without the trade price, it's still very expensive. And you don't need every cop car, unless you're an idiot like me and you just want to buy them all so you've got them all. You don't need more than one. You need one if you want to do the vigilante work. So it's worth buying one for that. Arguably, which one you would buy for that, I don't know. I've often thought that the D10 was probably the best, just because it was pretty much the coolest. But it's absolutely not the fastest. So all of the cop cars are ridiculously expensive. There's no such thing as a bargain when it comes to buying these things, and there's no such thing as a clean run at this top speed in this car either. So you only need one. And honestly, at this point, you know, what are you saving your money for anyway? Just buy them. If you want them, buy them. You don't need more than one, but if you think this is cool, buy it. You're not going to earn your money back for it, but they are really cool to have. And this one in particular, it really does look cool. I might need to do something about this god-awful colour combination that I've done. So yeah, that's really it. I don't want to recover too much because the Ignis has been reviewed to death. I've reviewed the Ignis before, and this is another Ignis just with the police livery. There's nothing particularly unique about that, but it is a really, really cool car. Very expensive, should have the Dubai livery, but I'll let them off because they didn't do a really nasty trick with us on that one. And as we come round here, final time, a touch over 10 minutes, which I suppose, considering how much of a cluster this lap was, is pretty good. I will have another go and I will do a clean lap, but for now, I hope this was useful-ish, and I'll see you in the next one.